How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like...
Oh man, he hit the whole service goats up in here.
like...
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like...
Oh man, he hit the whole service goats up in here.
like...
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like...
Oh man, he hit the whole service goats up in here.
like...
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like...
Oh man, he hit the whole service goats up in here.
like...
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like...
Oh man, he hit the whole service goats up in here.
like...
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like...
Oh man, he hit the whole service goats up in here.
like...
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like...
Oh man, he hit the whole service goats up in here.
like...
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like...
Oh man, he hit the whole service goats up in here.
like...
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like...
Oh man, he hit the whole service goats up in here.
like...
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like...
Oh man, he hit the whole service goats up in here.
like...
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like
Oh man, and he take the whole service goats up in here.
like
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
how dare you?
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like
Oh man, and he take the whole service goats up in here.
like
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
how dare you?
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like
Oh man, and he take the whole service goats up in here.
like
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
how dare you?
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like
Oh man, and he take the whole service goats up in here.
like
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
how dare you?
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like
Oh man, and he take the whole service goats up in here.
like
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
how dare you?
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like
Oh man, and he take the whole service goats up in here.
like
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
how dare you?
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like
Oh man, and he take the whole service goats up in here.
like
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
how dare you?
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like
Oh man, and he take the whole service goats up in here.
like
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
how dare you?
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like
Oh man, and he take the whole service goats up in here.
like
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
how dare you?
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like
Oh man, and he take the whole service goats up in here.
like
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
how dare you?
we are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like?
Oh man, and he take the whole service goats up in here.
Like,
Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
Yo, what up, guys? It is the Drunken Idiots! Baby, I feel like we've been gone for so long. Oh, what's this, guys? Yeah, this is the Gentlemen's Club, alright? We're gentlemen tonight.
This is the Gentlemen's Club.
The Gentlemen's Club. We are
We're
gentlemen
all
tonight.
top G's tonight.
Yes, we are. So Donnie actually hit me up during vacation. He was like, yo, bro, you should let me run the show. I said, oh shit, I don't know about this. This could get crazy. This could get wild. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's let him. Let's see what he got. And he was like,
Let's
he was
have a gentleman's night.
right. And he was like, I want no shirts. I want dress shirts. I mean, he said I want tuck. He said I only want tux jackets. And then he said I want no shirt under it, a fake cigarette, and a whiskey glass. I said, I mean, I could do that. And so that's where we came up with is this whole gift, Donnie's creative mind. I mean, you guys kind of know how my week went. I was on vacation, so how was you guys? Because I'm gonna tell y'all some stories also with Donnie's plan here. But before Donnie gets to his plan, I want to know how you guys' week was. Chase, how was your week?
Long. I think that if there is a definition of the word long, that was my week.
Okay.
Like, work was absolutely distraught.
Okay. So you had a long week, basically.
Long week.
Well, fair enough. I mean, we all have those weeks where it's just like, is this gonna be over? Can we just get to the weekend? Can
Yeah.
I hate those weeks because you try so hard to make it better, but it's
Yep.
everything in its power is just like, nope, fuck you, nope, fuck you.
Pretty much, and that, like I said, that was this week.
I don't know if you
Like-
guys get how I get, but when I'm working, I'll finish the work day and then I'll come back the next day and I'll kind of forget the work days that I did before. Do y'all ever do that?
I try to, man, but in my job profession, I can't because I deal with cars all the time. And if we've got cars that sat over for a day or two, I've got to keep that in the back of my brain until it leaves.
Right. Yeah, okay, I get what you mean. What about you, Donnie? How was your work week, my dude?
Long and hard, my dude. Long and hard, man.
That's
It was no,
sounds sexual.
No.
Mhm.
it was
does.
it was quick, to be honest.
Oh, really?
That's what she said.
It was a busy, yeah, right. It was a busy, quick week. Not gonna lie, I feel like I blinked and it was this weekend. I was like, damn. I hope Jordan's vacation wasn't that fast.
Dude, no, my vacation, bro. Look, guys, I can tell you now that I lived it up, 100%. But like, I lived it up to the point of like, it was crazy. Like, I don't know, man. I need to go back.
Can you text me that thumbnail?
Oh yeah. I got you that thumbnail. Kayla sent it to me on Discord. But yeah, see, we started off we got to Florida and I told Kayla, I said, hey, hun, I'm taking shrooms, like a shit ton of shrooms when we get there. She's like, all right. So I took a handful of shrooms and literally I was sleep deprived. I had 2 hours of sleep and also I was tripping and smoking and drinking. So I was just fucked. Like, there was just I was just fucked. I think I called Chase and I was like,
Dude,
Yeah.
at 12:30 in the morning.
yeah.
I think
Like,
you
I
called
had
me
to
too
be
a
at-
couple times.
I had to
Didn't
be
answer.
at work and like I wake up and I'm like, huh? Well, Jordan, what's up, man? Because it was the second night he was there, and I thought this man was calling me from jail.
He was like, oh shit, he's already got arrested.
Like I'm sitting here, like in the back of my brain when I answer this, I'm like, fuck, he's in a jail cell. fucking, I might have to drive all the way to goddamn Florida just to get his ass out.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, how's it going? No, I didn't get arrested. I didn't get arrested. But it was very interesting. I have a couple stories for you guys, but I don't want to. I don't want to keep on going with the story. I want to hear what Donnie's got in plan and how he's gonna do it. So I'm gonna sit back and relax, something I've never done on this show, and let Donnie just like take the wheel.
Chill, guys. Let's chill.
Let's chill.
First off, what's everyone drinking on tonight? I said the whiskey glasses.
Dude, is that a bell bottom as well? Are you drinking bell bottom glass?
I got the what do you mean?
Bell bottom.
Bell bottom. Oh no, it's not.
So I'm drinking on some Evan Williams honey. This is a Kentucky made whiskey, and it's a really good whiskey. I mean, I did something earlier, which you guys will see eventually on the YouTube. I did something earlier with it, and I could say it's not the best honey out there, but it's not the worst also. So, I mean, if you're looking for a bottle, like a mid-shelf bottle, it's a mid-shelf bottle for sure. You know, it's like $30, $40.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not that expensive.
It's not. Yeah, it's not that expensive. So if you're looking for like a okay, decent mid-shelf bottle, kind of, you know, it's not, you know, the name brands of like Jack Daniels or Jim Beam, then, you know, Evan Williams is a good place to start with honey, in my opinion.
Devil Williams is one of the best, my friend. Can't get over the Devil Williams.
Yeah.
I got some. I got another Kentucky one right here. I got some Knob Creek, the old fashioned on the rocks, right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also got a few of them. I got the Wild Turkey Honey, American Honey. I couldn't pass it up. Sorry.
That's a good one.
And I got a few of these Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ales. I love these.
Those are really good, but hard to find down here.
Oh, really? See,
they're really hard to find down here.
You know what's crazy? Like I really looked for a Florida whiskey or a Florida liquor, and I couldn't find it. Like I don't know what's up with Florida, but I couldn't find it.
They make oranges, not whiskey.
Yeah, I was about to say, they probably make wine.
I mean, that's probably a good. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Chat. I wanted you guys to let you know, if you're in the Discord, we are going to be answering questions. So if you go to the suggestion for topics, like suggested topics, just go there and just like let us know your questions. FYI for anyone's in here. But that being said, yeah, I mean, Florida is just when we got to Alabama, there was, you know, whiskeys that were made from Alabama and stuff like that. The main spot though in Florida, I always see Kentucky. I'm like, bro, is that like,
yep.
Like for you guys that around the world, you should guys let us know, like, is like that like a really just like name brand, like, or like, you know what I mean, like it's really known, just you're gonna get whiskey from Kentucky, you know what I mean? Because like I didn't see anything else but Kentucky whiskey, but at the same time, it is the South though, you know what I mean? So who knows?
Well, so fun fact, whenever I was doing my stints overseas and everything, whenever we actually did a tour of Europe, it was a 10-day trip. You don't see a lot of American made alcohol. Okay. You'll see some, like the huge names, you know, you'll see Jack Daniels, you'll see things like that. But I mean, in a lot of areas, I mean, you got to think Scotland and Ireland distill, you know, whiskey and scotch,
right?
Like it's going out of style. So like where Kentucky is, the United States is, you know, whiskey producer, Ireland and Scotland are like Europe's freaking whiskey producer. Like you'll see Jameson at every single bar, and they'll have like just bottles of it. lined
Right.
up. You'll see scotches just lined up, and they're not as expensive because it's distilled over there.
Right. Okay. Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah. See, I feel like that there has to be everyone like, and I don't know. I could be wrong, but in the journey of me looking for new liquors of different states, I feel like they all should have at least one. I hope, right? I mean,
Like a
you
liquor or a beer?
like a liquor and a beer though. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. Like I feel like they should. Like I know New York does. New York does for sure. Because every time I was
Well,
looking,
that's probably IPA fucking capital of the world.
well, like, see, well, the liquor though,
Oh shit!
most of the liquor I seen that was from Florida was like it was distillerated in New York. So
Oh, really?
yeah, so and like I mean, probably more than half of the liquors I've seen. So I have a good feeling that New York probably has a good fair share of their liquors up there. I mean, I could be wrong. I never been to New York. I just like when I look at the to figure out if it's local, I look at the back, and then it just says right there distilled in New York. But
Well, I would also think that in high population areas like that, there's more need for smaller breweries like
Yeah.
that because I mean, you think, just say Louisville, you got probably what 50,000 people in Louisville, maybe
ooh.
100,000.
I
In
think we have
Louisville?
I think we have like 200,000 actually.
Okay,
I thought
so
we were
just-
close to. I thought we were close to half a mil.
We could.
Okay, so well, anyway, so just say 500,000, right?
Right.
So you get a city like that. Well, you take about 50%. That's your drinkers out of it, right?
Yeah.
50% of people drink,
And,
and most of those
yeah.
people are going to drink things that they know.
Yeah.
Whereas when you go to New York, you've got millions of people.
Yeah.
50% to 50% is a lot different. You're talking 250,000 versus 2 to 3 million people.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit, we're over a million.
Are we? Holy shit.
The current metro area population of Louisville in 2022 is 1.1 million, a 0.82% increase from 2021.
Think
The
about
metro area of Louisville.
my home. Donnie knows, which Chase has been where I lived at. Think about where I lived at that only has 2,000. It's a ghost town.
We finally reached like 3,500.
Let's
Talking
go.
about LJ?
Yeah.
LJ.
Yeah.
LJ's the next place to go. LJ and because Shepherdsville's Hillview and Shepherdsville have blossomed and gotten too expensive, so now people are looking at LJ and they're like, I think I could kick it here.
Dude, they
But-
need to stay away. They need to stay away.
But to continue, I'm drinking the good old George Dickel
I'm
Tennessee
repping-
Sour Mash.
Sorry, real quick. Chat said I'm repping Kentucky, bro. Yeah, what's up, Dad? All right, sorry. Keep going.
No, you're good. Just the classic 8 recipe, and then I've got Miller over here on the side.
Ooh, okay,
Dude,
okay.
I thought about getting a light for the side, and I was like, nah, like.
Man, the High Life is I like Miller, like regular lower brow Miller, but just straight up Miller Light is just not my style. It's just kind of tastes like piss water. Miller High Life though has a really nice aftertaste. Like it has kind of like a citrusy aftertaste.
Okay.
But yeah, Donnie. So what do you got in plan for us tonight?
So let's right now it's the gentleman's night, so we gotta be gentlemen, and I figured we would try to act fancy. And why don't you tell me the most expensive thing that you have eaten?
Ooh.
Jordan, you
Ooh.
want to take this one first?
The most expensive thing I would say would be this place called Shahar. It's a vegan place, and for just one chicken sandwich, it's like just like a single chicken sandwich, it's like $20, and then for like the entrees, it's like $20. So like you can't walk out of there without spending like $40 for just two things. And then if you get like a shake and say a shake and a drink, you're spending probably like close to $60. And that's just one person. So I'd say that would be the most expensive, but also there was a lot of hefty bills I had in Florida. So so like I there was this place called Senior Frogs, and I didn't think we were gonna walk out of there spending over $100, but we did. And but I've had places that are expensive, but I guess the most expensive for like each like sandwich, each place would be Shahar for sure, because it's ridiculous to spend like $20 for one fucking item to eat. Because I can never just have one item. I'm a fatty, right? I'm a fatty, so I can't just have one item. Like if
would you rather spend? Would you say you're going to eat and you have in your head, I'm gonna spend $100 in this meal? Would you rather spend most of it on the food or on the drinks?
Drink 100.
Ooh. I mean, drinks. No, I'd say food, because I can go. I know where to go to find good drinks that are cheap. Cause like,
okay,
I've spent $100 at a bar for just drinks, and wasn't blacked out, wasn't too drunk. Just I could literally walk straight, good, be good. And then I've spent like $30 at a bar and been blasted out of my mind. You know what I mean?
But you got to think of like the drink though. I mean, like, when you're talking like drinking at like fancy restaurants or fancy places in general, you've got to take into consideration the etiquette that it takes to make it. How did they muddle, or is it meddle or muddle? I think it's muddling. Whenever they mash the fruits at the bottom. They take the time to do that right, etc. You're not drinking it to get fucked up. You're drinking it for the taste and the etiquette that came behind it.
Yeah, if you're talking about drinks, yeah. I mean, I will pay for a good drink. You know what I mean? A good mixed drink. When I go for mixed drinks, I actually go to the bartender every time. And I'm like, I like rum. I want you to surprise me with a good drink with rum, and they'll surprise me.
Fruity drink.
Yeah, a good fruity drink. I like fruity drinks, but if I'm just trying, like, I'll walk into a bar, rum and Coke. That's the instant thing, or a Bud Light, right? But if like I'm at a bar and I'm like, you know what, I want fruity drinks. I'm ready to just, I'm okay with, spending some money tonight. I'll go up to the bartender and be like, can you make me a fruity drink with rum? Surprise me. And I love that, because that right there with mixed drinks, I will pay to see your talent. You know what I mean? If you have talent to surprise me, let's go.
Yeah, but I mean that's why I'm saying. I mean, I guess you gotta view what setting you're in.
Right.
To me, $100 if I'm going to a fancy restaurant, I'm spending it on the drinks. I can go to Taco Bell down the street and spend $5 and get full.
Yeah, you got a good point there. You got a good point there.
All right.
You got a good point there. And Taco Bell slaps, bro. When you're drunk, it slaps, bro. Like,
dude, I've spent. Oh my gosh, dude. I've spent a lot of times at Taco Bell at 3, 4 in the morning and don't remember it.
Bro. At this point, I should have stocks in Taco Bell for drunk nights.
Bro,
Dude, do you remember? Do you know have you ever seen at Taco Bell where they have like the little coin game? Where if you drop a coin and you can get the free taco or a free burrito.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I used to be a master of that, dude. I would sit there and I would get like 2, 3 tacos and a burrito just off of that machine. Spend like 50 cents.
They stopped doing it because of you, bro. Like literally. See, I have been really drunk, and you know the Highlands, right, Donnie?
The what?
The Highlands bars.
Oh yeah.
So that Taco Bell is like notorious of every time I get drunk, they're never open, and you know the car is like forever away, but Taco Bell's right here, so I would literally will just walk through the drive-through and be like, "Hey, give me some tacos. You ain't open." and like I'm just sitting there, and like these cars are just like, it feels weird walking in a drive-through. You know what I mean? Like you have cars right there, and you're just like, they're waiting for a car to pull up, but you're just like, "Sup, ho?" You know what I mean? Like, "Sup,
You
bro?"
just walk up to the window like, hey.
Yeah, that's literally it. Like, it's a different vibe too. It's not because, like, you know, when you're in your car, you're comfortable, you're just listening to music. But like when you're like what, it seems like you're more like intimate with your fucking person. You're just like, hey, you know, how's your day?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Dude, this is off topic, but literally the other day, like the other night, I went to McDonald's to get a quick McChicken.
Uh-huh.
And bro, I kid you not, this kid, I mean, he had to be like 16, 17 at the
Oh,
first
boy.
window.
Oh boy.
He was
God.
like just sharing his life story with me. Like he was just going off about how mean some of the people are, and like was just cussing up a storm. And
Oh, I love
like,
people like that.
I know, dude, he was being super real with me, and was just like, I was like, bro, like, I feel you, man. It only gets worse from here.
Right. Oh, dude. Yeah.
Right.
That's all you can say is, look, I like that. Like, I love hearing, especially 21-year-olds' problems. They're like, man, life's hard, and I'm like, I pat them on the back. Yep. You know what? Be ready to be on your knees in about 2 years.
Yeah, but I say, get ready to get
When you-
kicked in the nuts, son.
Whenever you're out there, dude, and rent's due, and you have no money, and you're starting to think, you know what? I might sell my butthole for this.
I mean, you know, $20 is $20 towards rent, bro. if you got a $620 rent due, you get $20. There's $20 off your rent right there, baby.
Yes, sir. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. Times is hard.
Times
Right.
are hard. We're in a recession, man.
Hey, dude, look, we are in a recession. We're about to be all broke. I'm gonna use my mouth to my advantage, okay, dude, and my butt.
Oh, absolutely,
Right.
absolutely, bro.
Start stocking up on them pictures of Kayla, man.
Dude, actually, facts. Dude, speaking of that, actually, Donnie, you sparked a little. I was listening to the New York Times Square Killer. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but on our way back to Florida, I was listening to these murder documentaries, and it was keeping me up really for real because I was really entertained. Well, the first one was the New York Times Killer, and so he was supposedly killed only like 5 or 6 women, right? And the way he killed them, he would the first murder they found out of, he burnt the building. But when the firefighter came to give the woman CPR, her head was gone, her hands were gone, and she was decapitated. And they found other ones not just like that, but similar. And he came to say that he says that he's been killing for like 15 years, and he says that his body count's like up to 100. Like, bro, and so the way it happened was, back with us saying that we would sell our buttholes in, you know, or stuff like that. So back when sex workers were really popping in New York Square, right? It was like in the 70s, 80s, and there is this like dude that actually was the king of sex of New York. And when I say king of sex, he had these
All the prostitutes.
not the prostitutes, but like he would have like porn stars, and he would have these porn stars have like live shows where you could like be in a booth be with a live show, and you could put your your dick in there, and you end up getting your dick sucked or something like that, and basically he had all these things, and it was legal. But but it made a lot of crime happen because a lot of the sex workers were also on the streets and other stuff, and basically it was this big old pool of sex workers getting killed every day, and the cops didn't care. Nothing happened. And actually in New York at the time, sex workers would get in trouble for them getting raped or sexually beaten, and they would they would report it. They'd get in trouble because it was against the law, but the person that did it would never get in trouble. So it started a whole thing where it was like, well, you had to treat them as same as equal because they're breaking the law too. They're buying sex. If you're saying sex work is against the law, and to break the law is buying or you giving your body for money, that's against the law, right? And so basically it was like a whole thing in the 70s and like the 80s where the sex workers were just like they were just getting killed like crazy, and it mind blows me to how now these day and age that like I feel like it's a lot safer. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's a lot safer than it is now, because we acknowledge sex workers. You know what I mean? We acknowledge OnlyFans, OnlyFans, Pornhub, and also people on the streets trying to make their money. And we acknowledge they're just making money, bro. They got to pay their bills somehow. You know what I mean? But back in the day, it was just, oh, they're a hooker. You know what I mean? Oh, they're just scum of the earth.
Well, I mean, things have changed a ton, though.
Yeah.
Like, if you ever watch, I don't know what you call it, I guess, like shows like about, like, I've been watching a whole lot of the Boardwalk Empire. I don't know if you've ever watched it or heard of it.
I don't think I've heard of it.
10 out of 10, highly recommend it. It's about bootleggers, and these guys who pretty much run everything from bootlegging to politics, like to it's a great show. 10 out of 10, highly recommend. I think it's an HBO show, which sucks, but
I love HBO shows though. They're so good.
dude, dude.
So good.
Speaking of shows, have you guys seen The Sandman yet? Anybody?
Oh,
On Netflix?
Nope.
I've seen it.
Have you?
I've seen it. I have.
Bro,
So you're gonna have to recap with me with that, because I feel like it's been I don't know when I watched it, but I 1,000. Oh no, Sandman, the show where where he controls people's dreams and stuff like that.
he's the Sandman, Lord Morpheus.
I had to think about that when I was talking about it. I was like, what is it? Oh yeah, I remember it. I haven't watched all of it. I got to the point where he breaks out, which we won't put any too much spoilers, but he breaks out of the dome, I guess whatever you would call it, when they summoned him, and basically he comes back to his palace, and he's about to go back to Earth. So I haven't watched too much, but I have.
Oh my
watched.
God, bro! Oh, it's so good.
I'm gonna have to keep up with it. I'm gonna have to keep up with it for sure, because that's a show that I really enjoy, 100%.
Well, I will like, and this is the only. It's not really a spoiler because I'm not going to tell y'all which, but I really like how they have incorporated all religion.
Okay.
Not just one, not just two. They've incorporated all of it.
Okay.
That's cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, because so Donnie, Sandman is like he's not a demon, but he's like Grim Reaper's cousin. So like
brother,
Death's
yeah,
brother. Yeah, he's Death's brother.
It's going off of the.
Go ahead.
Well, it's going off the theory of methodical belief that there were four beings, that pretty much created and helped mankind. You've got Death, who takes you to, your afterlife, whatever it may be.
Yep.
You've got Desire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the desire to want things. You've got despair,
Mm-hmm.
and then you've got the Sandman, which is dreams.
Yeah. And basically,
So-
like, yeah.
Sandman.
And so basically, like, this doesn't spoil
Yes.
it because you learn this in the, like, straight up the first episode. So basically he runs his own, like, they have their own, like, you know, I guess
World.
world, yeah. And so his world is basically he makes these dreams and he gives them life basically. But if they fuck up and they're starting to like really fuck up people's lives, he's gonna take them away, kind of like, you know what I mean. He's the ruler of all dreams, but he makes the dreams as well. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's the creator of dream and the king of nightmare. Is what
yeah.
is literally one of the statements that he makes at the end of the first episode.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed what I watched, and I see because like I started it before vacation, and Kayla's not too into stuff like that, but like she is, but she's not as much as I am. I'm really into that kind of shit. But so like I usually kind of watch it when she like lays down or not watching TV because I'm like I don't want to bore her with it, but I'm gonna finish it.
Well, they even bring in a guy. I don't want to say the last name because I know a lot of our viewers probably watch it,
Oh, yeah.
or have watched it. We'll put it like this: they put in a very well-known and very old demon slayer. They even bring them into it, or like the
Okay.
family into it.
Okay. Well-
So you'll know exactly who I'm talking about as soon as you hear the name. It's in episode 2 as well.
Oh, I
So-
probably seen it then. I see. I
It's
have to
either
recap
2 or
on that.
3. Yeah, it's either episode 2 or 3. But I mean, as soon as you hear the name, you're gonna be like, "You motherfucker!"
Right, right. Donnie. So what do you got on our agenda? I know Chase's got something brewing, you know, holding in there. So
A brewing. He's got something brewing.
yeah, he's something brewing. But-
But we never heard Chase's expensive dinner.
Oh yeah, that's
Ooh.
true. Yeah, Chase. So what's
We got on a tangent.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of do that a lot. Plus, this is the once a month where we just get fucked up and chill and hang out.
Oh yeah, dude, vibes.
So like topics
Um,
don't even really matter, but you know they're there for the.
So let's let him talk about his most expensive dinner, and then let's take a gentleman's shot.
Okay, yeah.
I-
All right, yeah.
I think mine is probably gonna have to be probably it was I can't remember the exact name of it. I'll have to look it up again because I would like to go again. But there's a steak restaurant in France, right? Literally right off the strip, right outside the Eiffel Tower. You can see the shit.
All right, fucking.
v-
All right, you fancy gentlemen over here. That.
I'm sorry, man, but it was
That's-
a very
that's
fancy
sick.
restaurant. Very nice. Like you sit outside, look at the Eiffel Tower while you eat it. It's fucking phenomenal.
That right
Um,
there is $100 site right there.
It is. But I ordered a fresh. It said fresh cut, but a fresh cut filet mignon.
Ooh.
Oof.
Yeah. That steak alone, that little 6.5 ounce steak, was $110.
Holy shit! Oh
Yep,
my
I knew
god.
that was coming.
See,
Yeah.
I think the difference between you guys and me, meat's a lot more expensive than my vegetarian shit for sure. Cause, whoo
I mean, this was taken like on a like local farm.
Okay,
like 50
okay,
miles away.
okay,
Okay. Like naturally farm grown, like no like industrial like slaughterhouses. They were killed the old fashioned way, you know, skins up the old fashioned like I mean everything old fashioned right there.
right, okay.
I mean not a huge industry for like industrialization of, you know, killing animals.
right, okay.
They have them, but it's not as big as it is over here.
That actually does not surprise me. That really does not surprise me, really.
Well, it's just because I mean you still have a lot, and I mean a lot of farmland over in Europe and Asia. Because I mean you can fit 2 Americas in Asia alone.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, but also,
I mean
But also, you know, like you said, you know, us American, well, not me, but you know, Americans in general, like you guys and other people that eat meat, you know, it was really embedded in our brains to eat fucking meat. You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, if you look at it and think about it, you're a man if you eat steak. You know what I mean? You know, manly meat. You know, so like, and that's nothing against anybody,
the
but
men are hunters and the women are gatherers.
Exactly.
Is what we're taught.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And I mean that was, and the people, the pioneers who actually got this, like, stayed and actually made something of themselves prior to, like, modernization of weaponry. We learned a lot from the Indians, believe it or not.
right.
We learned a fuck ton from the Indians of being
Oh,
able
yeah.
how to trap and hunt, skin our own meat. You know what we can eat, what we can eat.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, well, that is true. Yeah, we learned a lot of stuff from the Indians. Then we mass genocided them. I mean, what?
Yeah. The
But
Indians definitely got the worst end of the deal.
they did, man.
I was about to say, and I mean the problem is like, as I'm Native American. I've got Native American blood in me.
Right.
I've done a lot of research on my heritage. But the thing is, that sitting here like, bro, like, you knew they were lying. Why did you join them?
Right.
You knew they were gonna fuck you over. Why did you choose their side?
Question.
They got-
All kind of questions. All kinds, for sure. What did you say, Nani?
So, but my most expensive is probably about $110, $120.
Phew. That's insane.
That's
insane.
about the same as me, man. I used to work for Spectrum, everybody's favorite cable service.
Woohoo! Spectrum.
Yeah.
Hey! If you're about to leave for a vacation for 6 days and you want your internet to go out, go to AT&T, not Spectrum. Spectrum's better. I honestly kind of forgot I did. Okay, keep going.
No, you good. But anyways, when I worked at Spectrum, I was like a team lead or sales lead, whatever you want to call it. And I got sent to Ohio because the Ohio area was encrypting, which is where the encryption is when it went from being able to just hook up a cable cord to your TV and watching cable TV to now you need a cable box. The absolutely most annoying thing to explain to people. And honestly, I feel your pain. I wouldn't pay for cable ever.
Oh, fuck no.
But
no.
anyways, when they sent me to Ohio, they gave me a spending allowance. I got like $15 for lunch, and then they gave me $50 for dinner. And if I didn't use the lunch, I could combine it with my dinner, so I could have a $75 lunch. So in Ohio, I went to a Korean barbecue restaurant. And this and when I was in Ohio, I was legit right next to Ohio State University, which was sick. The whole place, like the place that I worked at or where I was working at was really cool. For that week, I was there for a week. But I went to a Korean barbecue restaurant, dude, and I balled out. I probably spent maybe almost $200 on my dinner. And it was mostly
God.
food. And it was all because I kept getting. They had these like, they had the Wagyu steak, which I think I'm saying wrong. I don't know if you've ever had Wagyu steak, but it is God's gift to the world. And then, so I kept getting the Wagyu steak cuts, and then a bunch of other extra stuff, dude. I was there with some people who was like teaching me how to eat it because of Korean, like, so that type of place. It's like you sit down at a table, and in the middle of it is like a charcoal grill, and they give you a bunch of raw meat, and it's all prettied up and fancy looking. And they give you like here's your rice, your soup base, your this, your that, your veggies, and it's just kind of like you like fry it up and mix and match and like just eat it how you want to, and like that was the absolute coolest dining experience I've ever had. Yeah,
that sounds cool as shit. Well,
it was super fun.
That's kind of like Texas Day Brazil. You ever heard of that? No, so it's very popular down here. They've got kind of the same setup, but you get a coin right when you walk in. Like you don't pay for your meal, you pay for the coin.
Okay.
Okay, you sit at your table. You order you a drink. Well, when you flip that coin on green, they'll come around with meat, vegetables, food. It could be lamb, it could be steak, ribeye, it could be anything, and they'll either let you cook it in front of you or they'll just slap it on the plate. And they will keep coming and coming and coming and coming until you flip that coin to red. And then you'll eat. And then if you're
I'm
still
sorry, but
hungry, yeah,
Jordan,
I know.
you need to make that an audio clip, Jordan. And they will keep coming and coming and coming and coming and coming.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
But every time you flip that coin, when you flip it back to green, they're coming around with food.
I think I've heard of a place like that. Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane. See, yeah, nope. See, well, okay, so Donnie, you never answered. Would you rather spend more money on alcohol or food?
It depends on where I'm at.
Okay. Okay.
I would say if I'm at like a Texas Roadhouse, I'll spend it all on alcohol.
Yeah.
If I'm at a genuine steakhouse, I'm getting the steak. You know.
Okay.
It's very much dependent on where I'm at.
See, me, so like I've been having this inner like conflict of me. So you guys know I tried crab. All right.
Tried crab or a lobster
Crab. It was crab.
on vacation.
Yeah, on vacation. And everyone knows, I'm a vegetarian. And, it was a very inner debate in my mind to do it because I was like, I don't eat meat. It feels just weird, etc. But I have this but I didn't like the crab at all. Like I really didn't. It didn't like at first I was like, maybe, but I didn't care for it. But I've been telling Kayla like, man, the only thing that sucks about being a vegetarian is like I love food. I really love food. And sometimes I'm just like, man, what does that taste like? Just a taste, you know what I mean? But it's an inner debate that I've been having of like, I don't
go vegetarian.
Well, it was for strictly the animals, strictly of how.
So it's because of how
they do
the
it.
Animals are being treated.
Yeah, and how they do it. If say Chase came to me and said, "Yo, I just killed this warthog or this cow and it was wild and I killed it myself," or you, Donnie, you said that. Okay, I would probably. I think I would try. After
So that was my next question.
I was gonna say if I brought you a deer meat that I had just skinned up.
Yeah, like I would most likely try it, but it's the fact of
Well, why wouldn't you talk to? See, like me, I'm the type of person, man. I get my steak. I get my cow meat in bulk from locals.
Mm-hmm.
So like, why wouldn't you? Have you ever thought about trying to connect with locals and just go and hang out on the farm and see how they run things? Like, if you're okay with the way that they run things, would you not buy and eat that?
If I wasn't okay with how they run things, I wouldn't buy and eat it. But see, like at this point, I don't see myself going out of my way to go and eat meat. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
If the whole purpose of you not eating the meat is because of how the animals are being treated, I feel like it would only be not common courtesy, but like
it would definitely be educational.
It would be cool, like if you're like, all right, I'm not gonna, cause like me, like personally, I think the meat that you get at like a Walmart or Kroger and the eggs, all of that's trash. Even the vegetables,
garbage.
Oh
I love
garbage.
Recently, I have been destroying BLTs, and the tomatoes come from our garden. So but I hate store-bought tomatoes. But garden fresh tomatoes, fucking love them.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see, like, I agree with you to an extent. Like, I wouldn't. I mean, personally, I don't like supporting franchises to begin with. Like people like Walmart's, Kroger's, all of that.
Right.
So I like the lady who cuts my hair is who I buy my meat from. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like if you're like, well, I'm not gonna eat meat because they're being mistreated, but at the same time, it could be useful or resourceful for you to go and hang out at one of these local barns or whatever you want to call them, farmers markets,
Ranch.
ranches. Yeah, yeah, and maybe see how they operate, and maybe you could buy local,
Right.
and that's just your only source of meat.
See, and yeah, and I agree with that. I think it's just the fact of also it's been so long since I've ate meat that now like I'm not the same person as I was when I first started being a vegetarian. Now I'm like, I think a lot of people call me crazy, but I think animals all have like a life like we do. You know what I mean? They have a
Yeah, I
conscience.
agree.
They have a conscience. So like it's even hard.
That's why I don't want dogs.
Right. That's why. Fair enough.
That's why I
Yeah.
don't want dogs. I don't like heartbreak. I've already had one dog that I fell in love with, died, and I don't ever want to go through that again. So you'll never catch me with another dog.
I mean that's fair because like I think that my animals, my cat, all my cats and my dogs and pigs and cows, they all have like a self-conscience. So like now, like yes, I think that I could definitely eat a steak that someone brought to me and said I just killed it, and I knew they killed it, they skinned it, and they killed it the right way. They didn't like let it suffer, right? I think I could, but I would also feel bad and go, man, they had like a whole life, a family, kids, so like that would be my inner.
Well, let me just ask you a question, just because I'm a little bit curious. So, is it the treatment of the animal, or is it the killing, or how people like I was saying, industrialization of the killing of the animal that bothers you the most?
Both. So like with the treatment, if you look how like when you look at industrial and you see the pigs, the cows, they don't have like their own little source of area to move. None of that. If it rains, they're in mud pits. If it snows, they're in snow. I mean, they're freezing. All kinds
But
of
that's how.
conditions
But that's
that
how they are.
with all the
That's
kinds
how
of.
they are in the wild.
Yes, but on the wild, they can go anywhere. But in a commercial experience and industrial experience, they're literally in a size as big as my house, and there's 30, 40 of them, and they're actually in these. If you look at if slaughterhouses had glass walls, if you look at that, I mean that's what really changed my eyes, changed my perspective of everything. These cows go into a line, and they actually, a lot of them die while they're in that line because they bump into each other, they break their own necks, they and they're in there for hours, if not days. It's terrible. And so like for the pigs also, you throw out food. If you're the weakest link, guess what? You're not gonna get food because they all bumped you out of the way. Go fuck yourself. But in the wild, yes, if you're the weakest link, you're gonna have a little more trouble. But there's a lot of food out in the wild, so you can eventually find your food and adapt to how you need to survive.
So fun fact, and this is just a fun fact for you: most cows, like cattle beef, except for the big like I said, industrialized farms and ranches, right?
Yeah.
Most of those are open grazed, open ranged cattle.
Well, yeah. See,
believe it or not,
they label them. They do label because see, Kayla eats meat, and she gets the chicken and the more of the chicken than the beef because there's more of chicken options than beef options for grass fed made. That's saying if she goes to Walmart or Kroger, because we do go to Walmart or Kroger. We don't have a local place we go to, but she'll get more of the chicken that is grass fed and stuff like that. And so, but there's not a big option. That's the thing. Like when she goes for that, she can either spend, I could be wrong, but she could say spend $15 on 4 breasts or whatever, right? or
Yeah.
or $10 on 4 breast. The 15 is the natural natural
yeah.
fed grass.
Yeah.
That's
But-
exactly what I was gonna say when you were done. It's way more expensive to do it the right way. And
Right.
it's
Yeah.
so stupid.
Exactly.
It's so stupid.
It shouldn't
That's
be
why
more
I
expensive.
don't. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna lie. I'll get some chicken wings from Walmart or Kroger if
Right.
I want to do some chicken wings real quick. But like, nah, I'm hitting up my local people.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'm getting my meat for the year, and we got a big freezer, so I'm fortunate enough to have that opportunity.
Same.
But at the same time, like me, like I understand where Jordan's coming from because I don't agree with the way that they operate. I've never agreed with it. I've always been an advocate also, but look, I've also been an advocate of supporting local over the franchises and the big wigs because like fuck them, you know.
Oh, yeah.
What's
Well-
Walmart or Kroger done for the community? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. And see, my biggest thing is I understand where Jordan's coming from too. I mean, I really do. Me and him has had multiple long, sober, and drunk conversations about this.
Hmm.
But with that being said, I mean it's all about deciphering reality versus the industrialism.
Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna have industrialism all the time. I mean, computers are industrialist. Phones are. Everything is food.
I mean,
networking.
those industries probably started off too with a good mindset, you know, and
Exactly.
demand
But-
has changed their ways.
Yeah, and
Right.
that
And-
also goes into like with the industrial thing, it goes into a big topic of like they have to eventually, if you start your own business, to make money, to pay your bills, to pay your people the right way, you're gonna have to eventually go corporate unless
Yeah.
you make enough money. Like, that's why I like content creators a lot because they never have to go corporate. You know what I mean? They stream off of a corporate website, yes, but they're their own bosses and they never have to like go corporate. But if you make your own business, say landscaping or HVAC or something like that, stuff like that, to really make the millions of dollars. I worked for a corporate and I've worked for a not a corporate. They made it corporate because they were making millions of dollars. Where I'm at now, they're not corporate, but he probably makes almost the same amount. No, not the same amount, but say like 500,000, right? Something like that.
But most of the corporate guys are getting government assistance. Remember that.
Yeah, that's true, and that's true.
So-
Yeah.
But think about it like this. I mean, when you start to decipher that, right, the industrialism versus the actual business. What I was saying about being educational about it, Jordan, I don't think it'd be a bad idea for you to actually get on a ranch for a couple of days. Like a real ranch. See how the cowboys work with the cows. See how the cows actually have more room than you realize to move. I mean,
That's non-industrial
That's different,
though.
though.
That's non-industrial,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
Donnie can vouch that we have a lot of farmland here, and see, Donnie didn't know me as younger, but I did work on a farm, and the guy did kill his own cows and stuff like that. That's cool, you know what I mean? That's cool of all means. But in the industrial part of I don't know the actual meat companies, I don't know that, but I do know that like when you go into like Walmart, Target, places that sell meat, any kind of meat that they sell, that's coming from a place that
fucked.
it's fucked. So like if say in a
Well, that's because
world,
they steroid their cows.
right, and that too,
They
and-
do that.
right, that I agree with that too. And see, but say if like in a world that we all went to a local place, it would at the end of the day it wouldn't work because supply and demand. You know what I mean? So
Actually,
if
it would work.
well,
The problem is
see like in supply and demand though, you can, if you start off a local place and say Walmart gets taken out, Kroger gets taken out, all the places for meat, right? In that village, you're the only local place. Say in that little town, you're the only local place. You have millions and millions and millions. Eventually, you have to find a way to provide for that every single time. So you're gonna
Well-
have to get more. You're gonna have to eventually get more cattle, more stuff. So it's just
That's
supply and
called
demand.
crowd control.
Yeah,
No, that's called crowd control.
Yeah.
Because people would actually have to learn how to fend for themselves.
well, that
But,
too.
no,
yeah, that too. Yeah.
I'm not.
The thing-
Well, see, that's something else too. Like, I'm not really against like I've said this multiple times, dude. I've said in my opinion, I think everything should be closed on Sundays. Everything,
I
restaurants,
disagree.
grocery stores, everything should be closed on Sundays. Give people one day a week where they have nothing going on. Like
No,
they
I
can
can agree with
legit
that. Yeah, I can agree with that.
they can legit hang out with their family, their friends. Like, just give people the one day. Like, and I'm not saying for religious religious reasons. Just like, to me, Sunday is my laziest day of the week. Like, I legit usually do absolutely nothing on Sundays.
Yeah, Sundays are
so-
lazy days.
Yes,
So, like,
sir.
I think everything, and it used to be like that. Everything and its mom should be closed on Sundays. And
Everyone.
I don't even know where I was going with this now.
But no, back in the day though,
Oh,
Donnie.
We were talking about yeah. So no, supply and demand. I think so. People used to do like supply and demand used to be like legit in everyday life. Like, you used to have people used to have their own private gardens.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they would grow their own private veggies in their own
Yep.
private. They had their chickens. They would get their own private eggs, like the whole 9 yards, right? You stock up and you rationalize what you make, and you can't go past it.
Yeah,
Point
that's
blank
true.
period.
Yeah.
Can't go
And
past
I,
it. Point
Yeah.
blank period.
and I
And
think it would be
in
easier
today's
now.
world, yeah, I think you're right. But in today's world, that's non-existent.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks they need to have all kinds of excess of everything. People are nonstop buying, just not like, and it's all it all boils down. What it all boils down to is conveniency. People pay way too much for conveniency.
Oh yeah.
People
I mean, I
people-
pay for
peop-
DoorDash
for-
all the time, bro. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, like DoorDash is one thing. People will. So, for example, cell phones, right? Where's my phone at? I own my phone. I don't pay monthly on my phone. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I am
I'm
one of the
doing chill.
few in my friends group who doesn't pay monthly for their phone. I own my phone. I don't buy. I don't pay monthly for phones. I'm gonna
Right.
save up $1,000 and I'm gonna buy my next phone. That's how it goes. But other people, every time the next iPhone comes out, boom, trade it in. Boom, trade it in. You know, people just nickel and dime themselves with with all these conveniencies, and it also boils down to food, right?
Yeah.
It's very convenient that I can go to Walmart any day, anytime, and buy chicken wings. You know, since we're on the topic of meat,
That's true.
it's very
yeah,
convenient.
that's true.
But back in the day, dude, when it was all local and community based, right? It would be like, hey, Jordan, listen, man, I have a shit ton of, my chickens did good this year. I have a ton of eggs. I have a ton of extra chicken meat. Can I trade you some of this for your corn? I need some veggies, right? And
Right.
I wish it would go back to that, in my opinion.
Well,
I wish
and-
it would go back to that.
Well, that's why I said it would be a lot easier nowadays. Because a little fun fact, and Jordan probably knows this too, because I know he grew up with his grandmother for a long time too.
Yeah.
Back in the old days, one of the biggest issues they had was storage, being able to properly store their food. I mean, like I used to get told stories about whenever the Iceman, which is what they called him, used to bring a block of ice for the freezer.
Yep.
So that way people could keep their meat, their cheese, and their milk cold.
Yep. And see, like, because like the first refrigerators they had, actually, see, that's the weird part. The first refrigerator they had was really nice. If you go look at back when they came out with refrigerators and freezers, they had a lot of storage. But at some point, some time, they minimized all that.
Well, think about it. When you're
until-
feeding a family of 4, or a family of 5 or 6 or 7, I mean, shit. What can you do?
Exactly. I mean, and yeah, you have only a minimum of storage. They didn't, the only way they would have storage is cellars. You know what I mean? You had a cellar that was in the ground that you kept really cold to hopefully keep your meat
Well,
cold enough, or your drinks, or your milk, etc., etc. You know,
Well,
what wasn't in the refrigerator.
I also feel like people nowadays have a misconception of like what's enough.
That's
What's
true.
enough food?
Yes.
That's true.
What's enough food? What's
See,
enough drinks?
For
Right?
me,
Like, you don't.
keep
Go
going.
ahead.
Well, no, you keep going.
Like you don't have to eat. Like people stuff themselves. Like
Right.
like people are used to eating to where they are completely stuffed. They can't eat anymore. And I think it takes your stomach to tell your brain like 20 minutes later that you're actually full or something like
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
So like I feel like people don't understand that type of stuff, so they think they need way more than they actually do. And in a healthy, grand scheme of, like, I remember my when my dad remarried and my stepmom started making dinners, bro, I would leave the dinner table hungry still. I'd be like, this is bullshit. Like, I'm still hungry.
Oh yeah.
And like, but she was making like normal portion food, like it wasn't like I was going over there and getting like half a plate of food. I was getting a full plate of food almost, but I would walk away. Like, by the time I finished eating my food, there was nothing left, and I'd be like, damn, like I'm still hungry.
Right.
Yep.
But then like an hour or so later, like I'm fine, if I don't think about it, like I'm good.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking back then, like, like I really like it really don't need to eat as much as I do.
And see, but that also though, you gotta think that's the American way. You gotta think when
Oh hell yeah!
see when,
Oh, hell yeah.
when you got
Indulge.
back when cigarettes weren't outlawed, they they promoted cigarettes, smoke, smoke, smoke. You know what I mean? You and your kids can go and have a cigarette, and by the beach, stuff like stupid shit like that, right? They
For
out
the social status.
right. Then they outlawed cigarettes, and then next thing you know, McDonald's, Wendy's, all this super size. Everyone had super size. In the
I tell
90s,
you what-
they outlawed the super size, but our larges. I work with a Hispanic dude that was born and raised in Mexico, and he came to America at like 21. And he every time we go out, he gets a medium. And I asked him, I said, why do you get a medium? He goes, I get a large when I really, really want to drink, but medium, he's like, that's my large in my country. He was like, even though I've been here for 20 something years, that's just too much to drink. He's like, that's just too much. And he's like the Big Macs here, he was like, our food was a lot different. We didn't have super shit where it was like crazy amount of food. And he was here when the super big McDonald's had the like the super shit, a super size. Yeah, you could mega extra large
Supersize it.
yeah, extra large everything.
You just said like I want it supersized or
yeah,
something
like that, right? And he was like he was there, and he was like, dude, that he told me how crazy it was, how much food people would just down. And that's just the American way. Like, that's why, like, most
we waste so much food.
Oh my
compared to other
god,
countries.
yes.
It ain't funny.
It's not, because like we have people that are either overweight, or people that just buy food and eat like half of it and just throw it away. That's it.
And I want to interrupt here real quick just to say, like, as somebody who worked in the city and dealt with homeless people, if you're the type of person who orders a meal, eats half of it, and then throws it away in front of homeless people, like, go screw yourself.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100%.
Because like, here's the thing, like, and see that the whole that's a whole big topic too. Like, there's a lot of people out there that will do that, and they don't think of anyone else of their self, and it's
and
like,
they think it's hilarious. They're like, "Oh, I'm throwing
right." They're like,
I'm the trash, you peasant." Like,
exactly. They're and they think, and the thing is, a lot of homeless people. Yes, there's a lot of homeless people that choose to do it and just live off the land, and you don't really see them on the streets. But there's a lot of homeless people that are like military vets or people that lost their job and they can never get back on top, and they just kept on going lower and lower in money, and eventually they couldn't pay rent. So the next thing was to sleep on the streets and hopefully keep on working. Then you lose your job because you smell, or you know, unhygienic, because you know that's like a thing. That's a thing in workplaces. You have to be hygienic.
yeah.
Yeah, you have
You're
to
right.
you have to be proper. You have to look proper. You have to not, you have to wash and stuff like that. And if you don't,
Yep.
it's like, if you don't, that's against dress code in their eyes. And so
Yep.
then you lose your job again. You know what I mean? The new job you started, it's a thing that happens too much. Of course, we know the panhandlers that are on the corner every day. I need money, but they got like the nicest J's on, the freshest clean shirt that's white, and it's like,
Well, those are just scam artists. Nah.
Right.
That's me. Like my experience, man. So I grew up, you know, in the back, on the back roads, and then I started working in the city.
uh-huh.
And I never dealt with homelessness until I started working in the city. And you know, some of them are. It's just crazy. I feel like there's some of them who don't even know they're homeless. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's not
Well,
because of drugs.
they've lived that life for so long that they don't know
Yeah.
anything else.
Right.
There's some people
it's
like
just
that
like being-
too. There's some people like that too.
but I think that it's a
There's some people who in my experiences, there are some people who are technically schizophrenic or something similar,
Yeah.
who have no idea that they're even schizophrenic, have no idea where they're at, have no idea what's going on, and there's no one to help them out. They have no family around, and those are the people that I really feel sympathy for. And then there's some who screwed themselves, you know, they reached for the stars and screwed themselves over,
Yeah.
and they're just trying to live. And you know, I've talked to different types of homeless people, and like I've never been the type of person where, like, I've seen people where a homeless person will come up and say hello,
Mhm.
and they will just walk by like they don't exist. Other
Yeah.
people will
Yeah,
walk by like they don't exist.
That's
And
shitty.
I will at least talk to them and have somewhat of a conversation with them. It's kind of easy to pick up on the ones who are scam artists, the ones who are looking for alcohol or drugs, and the ones who are just in a shitty situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all it takes is to respond to them to figure it out, and you can go from there.
Yeah. 100%. I agree. And plus it's also a location too. Like, you know, in my opinion, if you see a homeless person at Walmart, you know what I mean, chilling around Walmart, I think that they're very, yeah, I think they're homeless. But if you see someone chilling at a store that's like 2 minutes away from a houses that people, you know what I mean, it's like, because like, you know, convenience stores. I'm like,
a lot of them who I feel like are scamming are the ones who are there. Like, I don't know. It's hard to tell in my opinion, because there was a guy. So in Louisville, there is, if you go on South Jackson Street, Louisville, South Jackson Street, if you take it off I-65, it ends at the Slugger Field. But there's a part where there's like an overpass, and at that overpass there's like a lot of unused land, and that's where a lot of homeless people hang out at. They have camps there. They build they have their mobile homes there, tents and all kinds of stuff at this overpass. Jordan, you probably know what I'm talking about, but I couldn't tell you on the map where it's at, but I know it's a part of South Jackson Street.
it's called Tent City.
Tent City, okay.
Yeah, it's called Tent City. Yeah, I actually,
right
me
there.
and Kayla actually picked up a female that was stranded, and she was like, "I live in Tent City," and we were like, "Where's that?" And she goes, "I'll take you guys there." She goes, "I just need a ride home. We took her there, and it's like in a park almost, and it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, well, where I'm thinking of.
Well, yeah, it's under an
South
overpass.
Jackson Street. South Jackson Street's really long. It's like it starts at like the beginning of downtown Louisville, and then it ends at the Slugger Field.
Yeah.
and then there's a couple overpasses, and I don't think it's 65, but I don't think it's all. I also don't think it's 264. I can't think of what the highway it is, but near those underpasses or at those overpasses, there's on both sides of it. There's like chunks of just land, like grass
Right.
area that's unused, whatever, and homeless people set up their camps there. There's different types of spots for it, and so shit. I done forgot my train of thought.
Well, it was time for a gentleman's shot, anyways.
You're right. You're right.
No, yeah, it was definitely time for a gentleman's shot.
But I said we got way fuck out there on those.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we did.
Cheers.
Yes, sir. Cheers, boys.
Shit, I wasn't ready. Hang on.
Well,
Waiting
for the-
on you, Batman.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah, we're waiting. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
I
No,
really
you're
wanna
good,
know
but I
where
said-
I was going with this. All right.
All right.
Cheers.
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 But no,
All right, so
even though we got off topic, guys, I think it's a good topic because like
that's a
more
really good topic.
more people really need to talk about
Love this conversation. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
this conversation.
and more people need to talk about it. And I think that like
I feel like homeless people have a bad rep. That's all
they
I'm
do.
gonna say.
They do because here's the thing: you either think of panhandler or a drug addict, and see, in my experience of life, with wrapping up this, in my experience with life, I grew up with very close people in my family that were on like heroin, meth, and Xanax and stuff like that. All kinds of stuff. And
Let me guess. They always had a home.
exactly, they always had a home. Always. No matter what, I've never seen them actually be on the streets 100% where they were asking for people for money. Now, I've seen a certain person, get people to give them money at like gas stations for gas, right? Stuff like that. But they always had a home, you know what I mean? To get quick money, but not like homeless, right? So I think it's a very people don't think, well, are they all drug addicts? No, they're not, because like, yes, they could be drug addicts now.
Talk to them. Have a conversation with them.
Right. But some of whom could be drug addicts or alcoholics now. But they probably weren't in the beginning. They probably had a very tough situation, and then someone came up to them and was like, hey, this life is shitty. You want to make it a little better? Well, fuck yeah, I do.
Exactly.
Well,
Well,
that's like-
too,
That's
go
like
ahead.
the sign. That's like the signs. That's like need money. The signs that I kind of get weary for just the people asking for money.
Uh-huh.
The people who are like will work for food or work for money. Like, I will work for money. I've actually picked up 2 or 3 of those guys before.
I've given them business cards before.
I've-
People like that. I've given business cards like, hey, we're always hiring.
I have brought them to the farm and let them do just chores, right? Throw hay, shovel shit,
Right.
do this, do that, But I mean, the thing is they get paid, they get fed, and they get a warm bed for the night.
Right.
I mean, I've got a farmhand right now that came from the side of the road.
Right.
Because it was like, he had a sign up, I will work for money. And I asked him, I was like, man, what's going on? Well, lost my job, wife divorced me, I've got nowhere to go.
Right. No, yeah.
I was like, well,
See, that's a real
and-
thing.
and I told him, I was like, look, man, I get it. I was like, are you really willing to work for money? Are you willing to work for food?
Right.
And he was like, yes. And I was like, I tell you what, I got a farm. I need some help for the next couple days. Why don't you come down and put you in the farmhouse? You can stay there. It's got a bathroom. It's got TV. It's got a bed. You work for
That's
me.
good on you, man.
You'll be fed. I'll pay you.
Right.
He got in the car and came with me. He's been here for 5 years.
That's a good on you.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
changed somebody's life.
and that's true. And like, see, like, that's the thing. I think that a lot of people forget too. Like back in the day, homeless people weren't a thing really, and the reason why is like how Chase said. There's actually a show, a movie about this kid, and I think we've all watched it. I can't remember the name of it, but this kid that was not homeless, he left his parents' house to go and travel to Alaska, and he walked the whole time, but he worked on farms, got money by working on farms, and I think that's the difference between now, because now you can't just walk up to a farmer and be like, you don't, like you could.
It depends on the farmer.
It depends on the farmer, but most farms now are commercial. Like if you go and like, we go past Indiana when we go to Michigan. There's so much farmland that now there's windmills now on.
If you've got anything more than what you can like feed yourself with, they need hands.
Right. No, yeah.
I mean,
you're completely right.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, and see that's the difference about now with us having homeless people, stuff like that, and people, anyone watching, if you guys have a family member or someone you know that's struggling with homelessness, remember, even if they did bad,
Jordan's got
life,
a spare bedroom. Remember that.
yeah, I got a spare bedroom for you guys. Remember, even though if they did bad, with you guys, or did you wrong or something like that, remember, we all deserve a chance in this world, 100%. I deserve a chance as much as Donnie deserves a chance as much as Chase, we all deserve a chance as much as LeBron James, you know what I mean, stuff like that. We all deserve a chance as much as the next person, and vice versa, you know what I mean. We just remember, be kind. Just be kind to each other. I think that we need that in this world more, is to be kind with each other, for real. If we were more kind, but we got off topic.
Really kindness.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's understanding. I think it's understanding that you're looking for. Like, hey man, look. Yeah, it's like, hey man, look, I don't know exactly what you're going through, but at least I can be here for someone to talk to.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I feel like our country as a whole, has completely just abandoned the whole ideology of communal and community love.
100%.
Well, you gotta think
whenever I watch, one of my favorite all-time movies is The Sandlot. I don't even like baseball. I love The Sandlot though. But if you watch that, it basically is, in my opinion, it shows what America used to be versus what it is now. Low key, because you watch that, it's super community based, right? There's block parties, there's the neighborhood, like the kids are watching after the other kids in the neighborhood, like all kinds of that is going on. None of that happens anymore. I couldn't tell you the last time I heard of a block party.
Yeah,
we used to do that. We used to try to do that shit all the time whenever I was in the Army. Hell, me and Jordan used to walk around our neighborhood and ask all the neighbors if they wanted to come out for a bond or a grill out. Everybody bring their grills out and just drink beer together.
Dude, I still wish that I would have people come over and grill out. Like, I love grilling out and having people over, having some music over, and we're just chilling. Like, that's the thing. Like, I think that it's different, but I think it really, like, of course, 21st century, it kind of changed, but you guys are, me and Chase are kind of the same. Well, no, you both are a little older than me, but we all grew up the same way, and I think that we could agree that the past, really a little bit before the pandemic, but since the pandemic, the past 4 years, and it still keeps on going on. We just have been de-associated with each other. You know what I mean? We don't.
100%.
We don't care. Like, it's either you're left or you're right, and we don't care. We don't care why we are either left or right. No one cares. It's like, It doesn't matter why you're this. It doesn't matter that. It's just like, oh, fuck you. You're left. Like, yeah, I get, me personally, there's certain things that I really not disagree, but really can't stand in certain people. But us as in people, we don't cross those lines in general. You know what I mean? Like normal people don't do things that are gonna cross a line that we all know there's a line. There's a line. You know what I mean? There's always a line. You know, but we don't cross it as normal people. But you know, of course, you have those people that do. But as normal civilians in day-to-day life, we all go to work, wake up, go to work, come home, either love our kids, love our dogs, or just love our significant other, or just love ourselves, right? Either way, we're there's love, right? So we are all the same, just a different, but we have different personalities, different ways of thinking, and that's okay because, you know, unless
It's
like
not okay.
But people don't understand that it is okay. It's
yeah,
okay to have
right.
a difference of opinion. Like, for instance, and this is for all the viewers, on a spectrum, Jordan's like way over here, and I'm way over here. It's realistic.
Same.
It's realistic. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I mean, me and like, you got to think when me and Jordan met, he was like the hippie, and I'm the fucking soldier.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That is literally how we met.
Yeah.
Okay. But the thing is me and him have actually talked, communicated. We understand our limits and bounds.
Right. Like, see,
And we just accept
And
it.
that's
right.
that's underrated in today's society.
But see, yeah, right, and that's true because like see, my limit is, which most people limit is, if like say we had someone randomly come in here, or like say we all had a good friend, that all mutual good friend that came in here, and he was like Hell Hitler, you know, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, dude, you know, we would be like, okay, bye. You know, back up. What the fuck, bro? You're yeah. We would all
out here.
right.
I'm one third Jewish. Okay, so
right, exactly. Like, right. You know, we would all be like, we would all be you know, be like, oh shit. But I think a lot of people think that everybody's like that, or everybody's either a snowflake, or everyone's just like an extreme racist. You know what I mean?
Everybody thinks that Republicans are fucking snowflakes.
The Democrat. That people think Democrats are snowflakes and Republicans are gun enthusiastic extremists.
And those are both true to an extent. You know what I mean? You know,
To an extent.
you know what I mean? Like,
but then you got people like, you know, like us who actually, you know, are different parties by
Right.
technicality.
Yep.
And we just talk about it.
Yeah, and see, me and Kayla actually, I think he was a big fucking snowflake in Florida. Kayla knows exactly what I'm about to talk about. So we came across this like huge fucking leftist snowflake for sure. There's no way this dude was like he was extra, right? Really extra. What'd you say?
I don't think you can say that a leftist. I don't know. I wouldn't say leftist is snowflake though.
I think both sides have extremists.
Yeah,
And because I mean they do.
I would
mean,
just just label it as a snowflake in general.
yeah, snowflake. Yeah, I mean
I
like
wouldn't,
yeah.
I wouldn't put it towards any
Yeah,
political
okay.
party. I would just
Okay.
say snowflake.
Okay,
I've met some people on the Republican side that are fucking snowflakes. Those are
Oh yeah. There
I
is
mean,
there
all-
is
all
that,
talk
but
no
like,
Yeah.
show,
but
baby.
like, if you don't know, but my thing is if they're a snowflake, they're a snowflake. But if they're a snowflake and they're like hardcore into one side, then that's when you can label them as a left-sided snowflake or a right-sided snowflake. You know what I mean?
yeah. See,
Well, we call
yeah.
that where I'm from.
So if they're not like particular like there are some people who are right-sided and they say some of the most insane things and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? But then it's also vice versa, left-sided say some of the most insane things and you're like, what the fuck is wrong? And then there's even in the middle, like there's some liberal people who believe in liberty who say some of the most insane things and I'm like, you're so far from reality that it's just crazy.
See, and I think,
And
and that's true, and I think that a lot of people, they Donnie knows who Donnie, you know who Hassan. I watch Hassan quite a bit.
You sweat Hassan, dude.
I like Hassan, and a lot of people see him as
I
like
can see why.
And a lot of people see like him as like far left, but he's like far from it. He literally like he's
He is confusing. He's somebody who I watch, like I go to his streams and I watch his streams to hate.
right.
But like as I'm watching it, I'm kind of like, he's got a good point there,
Right.
But like, there's other times where he says things and I'm like, come on, Hassan, like you're looking like such a fucking idiot right now. Like you need to back up a little bit.
Hey,
All right,
don't
so
talk about it like that, dude. I'll fuck you up. I'm just joking.
I
Alright,
know,
so-
dude.
I feel like we've.
I-
Okay, I feel like we've been. Dude, we literally just went from homelessness to snowflakeness.
we've hit like
That's
6
fun.
topics in an hour.
Yeah. Okay.
But I have a
Hang
conspiracy
on, let
theory.
Chase talk and then Jordan go.
Ooh. Okay. All right, Chase.
I have a conspiracy theory.
Let's
So
go.
obviously, all of us are not flat earthers, right? We don't believe in a flat Earth.
I don't. I don't know if Jordan
Yeah,
does, but I definitely don't.
Kayla's a flat earther.
Are you serious?
No. I don't think so. Like she
Okay.
look. She confuses
But
me sometimes.
this-
Okay.
Get this theory, right? So we've
Caleb-
seen satellite imagery. We've seen satellite imagery of our own planet, right?
Right. Yeah.
Fun fact: we've only seen the continents.
Oh yeah.
We've never seen the North Pole. We've never seen the South Pole. We've never seen the other side of Earth.
What up, Newt?
We've
Sorry,
we've
go ahead.
only seen the continents, right? So what if here's a theory, what if the Earth is round, but what if the Earth is bigger than what we actually think it is?
Okay.
What if the
I'm cool with that.
what if the polar ice caps are actually a wall? What if they are a wall around us? Right?
Well, that's the flat Earth theory.
All right. Yeah.
No, not completely. Bear with me here. So what if the walls are around us, but there are other types of worlds outside of the Arctics? Because in theory, the Arctics are the last great plains that's never been explored.
Right.
We've never been able to explore it
But-
because of the harsh environment.
My question to you though is, you were in the army, right, or military? I
Donnie-
don't want to
Donnie-
offend you by declassifying you or whatever.
Donnie loves you
Um,
too, and he tells me to tell you that if you don't subscribe, he won't love you no more.
Nah, Newt's cool. Newt's good people. Newt's good people. So Newt hits bombs on the baseball field. Anyway, so my thing to you is, since you've been in the military, you've flown. Apparently, you've been to France or wherever to eat in front of the Eiffel Tower. What was your experience? What did you see when you're up in a plane that high, bro?
Clouds,
You
mainly.
didn't see the Earth.
Saw water. Saw the Earth. Yeah. I mean,
Did it look spherical or flat?
I know, I'm just messing with you, bro.
pretty hard to figure it out that high up.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, because
that's
you,
a
you
fair,
got
that's a
you-
fair answer.
you-
I haven't flown as much as you have.
Well, so mathematically, I mean, the eyeball can't technically see roundation whenever it's just that high. You either have to look at it as a telescopical, very, very high up satellite imagery, satellite, picture taking, etc. You can't see roundation at that type of eye, and that's
Right.
mathematically correct and proven.
Okay.
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 I'm not
okay.
gonna challenge you there.
Mm.
But
Okay,
I
so-
mean, in my flight experience, everything looks rounded. But
Well,
that's just my
so
experience.
I've never flew, so I
think
don't
about
know
it.
any of that.
Think if say the world is round, right? Just say the world is round, and
Okay.
I'm sure it is, and I agree that it is. What
really
I'm
don't-
saying is, that-
Go ahead, sorry.
what I'm saying is think if the polar ice caps are actually by technicality incarcerating us into this one area. So like the continents you see now, right?
Right.
The continents, because technically there is no documentation, no realistic documentation of anyone actually sailing the Pacific from point to point.
Okay.
There's from this country to this country, but they never document any type of their findings, what they see, right?
Okay.
No one does anymore, right?
You're
so
right.
say the
You're right.
say the polar ice caps are a wall around the continents that we know now. Okay, Europe, Asia, America, etc. But outside of those ice caps are different species, different animals, different life forms. And think about it. That would actually make a little bit of sense of why we're seeing what we believe as prehistoric animals now coming to fruit. For instance, we've seen multiple pictures of baby megalodons and what looks to be as full-grown adult megalodons through satellite
Megalodons,
imagery.
like the sharks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Prehistoric animal. There's been, by technicality, fossils found that's no more than about 10,000 years old of giant crocodiles found in multiple different areas.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the grand scheme of things, 10,000 years is not that far back.
No,
Right.
it's really not.
No.
I mean,
See,
especially not when we know dinosaurs to be here for 60 million years.
Yeah.
I mean, so what if the ice caps is a wall, and outside of that is other life forms?
Worlds, life forms.
You know what? You have a good you
Fuck, man.
that you got a good point though. You do got to look at a lot
That's
of
crazy, bro.
you got to look at a lot of animals like turtles, alligators. There's emu. Like emus. Look at emus, bro. Like, come on, dude. They run just
No, Kayla, this is the gentleman's podcast.
Kayla, this is the gentleman's podcast. Donnie said.
Are you going
she
God damn.
she said she said I have bigger balls than all y'all.
She's right. She's right.
You got a
Hey,
good point.
low key. I'm gonna say this right now. Low key, women fucking dominate men.
That's true. That's true.
Let's
You got a good
just
point.
let's just get that out there.
You got a good
Also-
point.
100%.
I have a conspiracy theory for you guys. All right, so
Okay, go ahead.
this is a religious conspiracy theory. All right, so
Ew.
Really?
all right, yeah. So y'all know Noah's Ark, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So like, how the fuck did the world get flooded? Right? Think about it. The world's supposed to get flooded. The world was supposed to restart, etc., right? But
Dude, I have a lot of theories on this. Go ahead.
But for one, where did all the water go? Where the fuck did it go, dude? Like, where did it go? Like, you're telling me that all this water came out of fucking nowhere, basically, for 40-something days it rained.
40
And-
days and 40 nights.
40 days and 40 nights it rained, and then out of
Anytime that they
nowhere.
make a replica of Noah's Ark, it always sinks.
Right, exactly. And then also, like, you're saying that all this water just completely vanished, right? Gone, right? But also, how the fuck did you get all
Oh,
the?
I get newt.
How the fuck did you get all of these fucking animals on fucking boat, right? And
How did all these animals repopulate like that?
right, and
To that extent, and that vast.
I mean, it just adds to the incest of which
Oh,
the
yeah.
Bible has created.
and incest would be a thing. But also, here's the big one. Ready? How the fuck did they get food?
Yeah.
Like, you're telling me these
They
motherfuckers
prayed.
Yeah.
they prayed for food? Like, they're like, Lord, give me a deer. Well, it's right beside you. You're telling me you didn't eat any of these motherfucking animals while you were starving to death? Bro, no, you didn't wake up every day and catch a fucking
Yeah.
fish and feed your whole
Yeah.
family.
You got a good
Well,
point,
well,
man.
Well, also think about it too. If you're going back that far, by technicality, you would be in relative adaptational dinosaur phase. So all the animals that you found were going to be probably about twice the size, if not 3 times the size of what we have now.
Right.
What if Noah's Ark is really the story of how the dinosaurs ended, though?
That could be
That's very possible.
that could be
I can
possible.
see that.
But we gotta look at a bigger one too. Like, we came from Adam and Eve.
So you can't sit here and tell me that the Earth is like what 5,000 years old? Is that the biblical way?
Something like
5,000,
that.
4,000?
No, it's way
It-
older. Way older.
You can't sit here and try to tell me that the Earth is 4,000 or 5,000 years
No.
old. Like, get
No.
out
No.
of here.
No.
No, well,
but
I mean, it's been proven. I mean, we've got swords that we are still like pulling up, just like me and Jordan were talking about. I think it was a week or two ago, Jordan, on the show. There's a Viking sword that was just discovered in Iceland that's carbon dated back to like 9,000 years.
Well, that was another question I was going to ask you. Was like, do you believe in carbon dating, carbon
Carbon
dating?
carbon dating by scientifical value is probably the most accurate. And mind you, I
think
say
it's
most
accurate?
accurate. I said most accurate that we have today. I don't think it's 100%. I think it's probably about 60%.
What do you think, Jordan?
See, I think that it's really accurate. It's just like I think that the Earth has been here for a lot longer. You know what I mean? I would have count my like I'm religious to an extent. You know what I mean? Like I do think that there's something else going on. I think there's more than we
agree.
think. I even think to the far that we could be in a simulation. Like I really do. Like there's
I don't agree with that.
like there's just things that like okay. Fun fact: me and Kayla were driving on the highway one day. We passed this car, right beside us. We see this fucking car, this dude in this fucking car, and then, no joke, not even 30 seconds later, this car is in front of us. And we look behind us, he's not behind us. But there's no way he passed us because like we passed him, right? And we were basically put him in the dust or whatever you would say, right? But he's in front of us. It was really fucking weird. I'm just saying. I think it was a glitch in the fucking simulation. But I think that we could be in a simulation. But with all of that, like with the whole conspiracy theory of how old the Earth is and all that stuff, well, you gotta think of the Adam and Eve days, right? You know, we were supposed to come from Adam and Eve, right?
Fuck Adam and Eve.
Well,
Yeah,
That makes no fucking sense.
Well, supposedly we were supposed to come from Adam and Eve, right? But
Yeah.
that goes back to the Noah's Ark. So wait, did we come from Adam and Eve, or did we come from Noah and his wife and them? Because if Noah and them got a sign from God,
their followers were on the boat too, according to.
Yeah, I was about to say the fathers, the sons, the daughters.
Their followers were on the boat as well. But also, if you look at any literally anybody who has replicated the ark according to the Bible, anybody who's replicated the ark and put it into water, it automatically
sank.
flips. Yeah, it automatically flips upside down and goes down. It makes
It
absolutely no
fucking sinks.
sense.
Because it wasn't constructed properly. And I really and truly do not believe in the ark.
well,
Like
see,
the actual ark, the boat, it's just not plausible.
right? Well,
I mean, like,
you gotta think.
Vikings made some of the best ships to navigate. Vikings back then, when it came to wood, sinew, etc., when they were building boats like that, the Vikings made some of the first ships to be able to vessel across open water.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Vikings were the first ones to come to America, man.
I agree with that too. But anyway, we're not talking about that portion. That's a whole different topic for me. Anyways, Vikings built ships to be able to actually withstand the harshness of open water
Right.
during storms, during anything,
Right.
right? So with that being said, that if you go by biblical versus Norse, right? The ark was before the Vikings by
Right.
technicality,
Right.
right? But if Vikings were the first ones to be able to actually build a boat that navigated open water, how can you have an ark?
True.
I mean,
point.
reality. I mean,
There's just
nobody
some-
was ever able to build a boat to navigate rough terrain water, except for the Vikings back in, what was it, 830, 820, whenever the
this is-
stories of Ragnar became a thing.
Yeah.
This is something too that like I argue with my dad about all the
I gotta go
time.
pee real quick. I'll be right back.
I got
Same.
pee as well, so
Let's
Yeah,
take a quick
take a
pee
pee
break.
break.
Yeah, quick pee break, guys. Don't leave in chat. If you do, you suck.
you have a small pee-pee.
You have a small
Facts.
PP. You called me. What'd you call me? Yeah. While I'm streaming, is she still awake? Yeah, I mean, her wife's still on. Go out there and tell her I'll be out there here in a few whenever I'm done with the stream. We have more toilet paper? Not here, no. Out of the piss in the seat? Yeah, might be. I am fucking lit right now. Dude, I'm drinking so fucking.
All right, guys, I am back. While we were waiting for the guys to come back, I just wanted to say, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn the notification bell on. And if you haven't already, you should join the Discord server. We also have in the Discord server merch, if you would say, I mean merch, but you know we sell it by the people that come. So we have hoodies, t-shirts, and anything that you would like to have, we can definitely make. It's no problem, 100%. Actually, Chase is bringing out a hoodie right now. This is our hoodie right here. It's very comfortable, very comfy. You know, it's not that much. We only ask for 25 for it. Really, we should charge like 30, 35, but you know,
almost 40 for these. Like, cause this is nice material.
it's a very nice material. So, you know, guys, if you would like to support us, like to support the show, other than liking and subscribing, it would be really greatly appreciated if you just go to the Discord, go to the open ticket. If you open a ticket, that will get you to basically talk with me or one of us, Chase, or maybe or Donnie, where we talk to you guys, get your address, and we, you know, make the order. Or you'll talk to, yeah. What?
If you order and you talk to me, I'll actually send you a handwritten message too.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for following.
Yes.
You know, fucking, you know, something.
Yes. And you guys, you don't have to. This is just letting you guys know that you guys, you're part of the community, even if you don't buy our merch. But if you do, you know, you'll have a little piece of us closer to you. If that makes any sense.
And we 100% appreciate all of you guys coming out tonight, being able to watch us, enjoy some time with me, Jordan, and Donnie.
Yeah.
It's great to have you guys here and along with the ride.
Right, and this is something new that, like, the regular Drunken Idiots, we stay on topic, we stay with topics, but, you know, once a month we were gonna get drunk, but now it seems like, you know, we're gonna have this, like, good fun vibe where once a month we have a theme. So I think that this is great. And again, guys, don't forget, you should, if you're not in the Discord, just check out the merch store. It's great. You're definitely not gonna.
No, you're not talking about PP sauce.
You're definitely not gonna regret it.
Talking about giving you the PP touch, Donnie. God damn.
The dude in the top right corner is cute. On my side, it's Donnie. I think Donnie.
Bro.
Donnie, you're the cute one. Hey there, Donnie. Hey there, big boy.
He does have that Justin Bieber swipe, bro.
He does.
I like
He does. He does.
My Harry Justin Bieber, dude.
So Kayla said
When I was
that
in high school, I was like this close to getting a big chest tattoo, and I'm glad I didn't. With how hairy I am.
I try to get Donnie to wax it on stream. I was like, Donnie, you should wax your chest on stream. He's like, no, dude, no.
I will pay you $100 to do that.
Dude,
No, I need way more than 100, dude, to wax it, dude. Look at how thick this is.
It's better when it's long, bro.
Look at how thick this is. PSA: Monday was Jordan's birthday, and none of his friends called.
Oh shit! Kayla called it out. Yeah, Kayla, you know what, babe? You have a good point. Yeah, my birthday was the.
You called me at midnight.
First off,
Kayla.
At
midnight, sir.
No.
First off, Kayla, I would have done it, but Jordan told me like 20 times, like, it's my birthday, bitch. Let's go, blah 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 blah. So I was like, you know what? Like, he's partying.
I was watching that shit on every
whatever
stream and chat we have.
I was just letting him rock it out.
So
but also,
I didn't
happy
wanna
birthday
block-
to Jordan. Cheers
I
to
didn't want to
Jordan.
bother. Cheers to Jordan. Cheers to Jordan.
Cheers.
to Jordan.
Let's go.
He's 37. He looks good for his age.
I do look good for my age. I am 37. I look great for my age, I think. Guys, do you chat? Do you guys
Fu
think look
Manchu.
good?
Fu Manchu coming on strong.
Nah, guys, look. I'm gonna be honest. I told Kayla, I said, "Hun, all these motherfuckers didn't say happy birthday to me. What the fuck?"
I don't celebrate.
See, I'm the type
birthdays,
of
you know that.
person. I'm
And
not gonna lie. I'm the type of person when you tell me something like that, like, oh, it's my birthday today. Like, I'm not gonna tell you like happy birthday because it's like you've basically like announced it for yourself. So
I
I
just-
remember one day you were like, "It's my birthday," blah 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 blah, and I was like, I know
So-
I didn't say happy birthday,
Basically,
but like
Donnie's
at the
a
same
dick.
time, I was like,
So,
I
so
was
tell me,
rooting for
Basically,
you.
Donnie's a dick.
oh shit!
help. Ooh. Ooh. So
Was-
help me out here. So help me out here for a second.
Okay.
So I don't celebrate birthdays really,
Right.
right? So like my birthday, I don't celebrate. Whenever any of my siblings or my family have birthdays, you know, we might have a little cookout, but it's normal for us to have cookouts without their birthday.
Right.
What is the point of celebrating a birthday?
Well, see, I don't. Well, see, no.
The point of celebrating a birthday is an excuse to just get absolutely wasted.
Well, that, but
I
see,
do that anyways.
but see, like, you can ask. I never celebrated my birthday like that.
Bullshit.
Like,
We celebrated your birthday twice whenever I was in Kentucky. We got fucking hammered.
well, once because because I was only there for a
I
year.
will say, you know what? I'll say it right here. I'm sorry I didn't tell you happy birthday.
But no,
because
no,
I know we talked on your birthday, and
yeah.
I know you told me it was your birthday, and I didn't say happy birthday, but I was also like cheering on from the side. I was like, "Go ride those jet skis, motherfucker."
But no, to me personally, I just don't understand it.
But
I
no,
mean,
no,
it's-
like
yeah.
as a kid and stuff like that, birthdays weren't like celebrated for me, and like it was cool and shit. But like, I think now when when I think about birthdays, I think it's just the day you can go wild out. You know what I mean? Like go like Donnie said, I went and jet skied on my birthday. I went to Senior Frogs and got fucked up where I fell in the ocean. I woke up at Burger King on my fucking birthday, bro. I woke up in Burger King, bro. Like,
I'm gonna interrupt right now. Hang on, I'm gonna interrupt right now. Jordan said
On the
I can
ground.
run the show.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna interrupt.
yeah, go.
Fire up.
Birthday shot for Jordan.
Ooh, let's
Birthday
go.
shot for
Let's
Oh,
go.
fuck. I gotta drink the bell. Alright, I'm
Birthday shot
drinking
for
the bell.
Jordan. Birthday shot to Jordan. How old are you, Jordan?
I am 24.
24
Cheers.
You ready? Happy birthday to
to
you.
you. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to you.
He hates this.
Happy birthday,
birthday, dear
Jordan.
Jordan.
Oh my god.
Happy birthday
birthday
to you.
You know what? That makes it up, guys. You guys are great. You guys are fucking great.
Even though you hate that.
Damn, son, that's
think-
quiet.
And many more,
it,
bro.
Until I get kicked out the door.
Jordan gonna be alive until Jordan gonna outlive me, you, the dog. He gonna outlive all of us.
You know
Kayla,
what?
Jordan
I
should
K-
take.
K-
I can't
Kayla,
deny that.
sorry, I know you're listening to this. He's gonna outlive you too.
I
Like, Jordan is the prime.
I think Jordan should take. How old are you, Jordan?
24.
24. He should take $240 to the online casino, Kayla. And let's just see where he goes with it, baby.
Bro, you know what? I'm not
Wow,
gonna.
That's so nice, Donnie.
She said, "Wow, that's so nice, Donnie." I mean, hell yeah. Where's the 200? Let's go, dude. Look, okay. I don't want to touch too much on this, Donnie, but I'm gonna say, crazy time, bro. I love it, but the only
But
way
you
to
hate it at the same time.
I do because you had the only way to really get the stuff out of it
is to come in there with $50 to $100 every time. The only way. That's the only way.
Nah.
Bro, I sat there for hours and hours at 10 cents, right? 20 cents or 50 cents or whatever. And I literally got nothing.
Don't you fucking talk dirty about Crazy Time right now, bro.
All right, so Donnie, what else you got for us? You know, Donnie's run the show. I feel like I didn't let him run the show so far, so I'm gonna let you run the show now.
No,
What do you mean,
we
bro? I
both-
feel like I've been running it. What you
Okay.
talking about?
Okay.
He been running it strong.
Okay, I
Strong.
didn't know. I didn't know if I was like
Do you not,
being
are you
asshole.
not relaxed right now?
No, I'm relaxed. I'm chilling, bro. No more
What's your
500.
favorite fruit?
Favorite fruit? Oh, bro, I love bananas. I've always loved bananas, but
Yeah, I
like,
bet you love bananas, bro.
dude, I love them. You know, man, you know, I like giving them Gluck Gluck 3000 type deal. You know what I'm saying? bro. Side note, this is actually a topic we'll be doing private.
Don't you talk dirty about Crazy Time first off.
No. I've just said I had a Gluck Gluck 3000 you know, recently, and
Ooh.
bro, you know what I'm saying? Like there was a hype. I get the hype a little bit, but not so much. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, okay, you know.
That's why you need the Gluck 5000. See, there's a new model nowadays.
So today, I feel like
Jordan's dying.
you know what? Let's take another gentleman's shot, boys.
Another gentleman's shot. Let's go.
Tell Kayla she needs an update. She needs to bump
This
at
is-
3
this
to
is-
5.
This is for Kayla.
3 to 5.
For getting roasted.
Dude,
This is for
Drunken
Kayla.
idiots tonight.
Kayla's pissed at
Ready?
me. She's like, "You fucking pussy."
This is for Kayla.
This-
Ready?
this is for
3, 2,
Kayla.
1. Cheers. Boys.
Cheers.
boys. Okay. Put that right there. All right.
Good morning.
On that topic of Crazy Time, have either of you two had like a crazy gambling experience?
Oh my God, yes, I got one.
Let's hear it.
All right,
Let's
so
hear it.
whenever I was 18, I used to go up to Fort Wayne, Indiana with my dad, right, just to see him and visit with him because I was right in the middle of everyone. So there was this casino that you could go in at 18 and gamble, and it was a low stakes game, right? It was low stakes play all the way around the table.
Yeah.
So we used to go hit the blackjack tables, $5 a pop, right? So I would go in with $60. If I spent my $60 and I lost it all, I wouldn't get any more. If I won, then hey, fantastic, and I would play until my dad left. So there was this time I went. And we played for like 2-3 hours, and I got all the way down to $5, right?
Right.
Over the next 3 hours, right? I fucking betted everything almost, probably 50% of the time. I walked out with almost $1,000 that night.
Woo.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, like, I went all the way down to 5 and left with almost 1,000.
Right.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, like, that was probably one of my best, because, I mean, at the house, we play with quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies, right? Because we like to have fun, we like to gamble, you know, but we don't want to go fucking overly belligerent.
Right.
So, but, I mean, that was a hard press for me. I mean, 3 hours, I made fucking $960. I mean, that was a hard gamble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Phew. Really hard.
How about you, Jordan?
I mean, not really. No, not really.
You're not a gambler?
I'm not a gambler. You know what I mean? Like
Jordan, I will say as like a third wheeler here. And I could be wrong, but I feel like Jordan and Kayla are very frugal with their money and smart with their money.
Yeah.
I'm not. I make money to the point to where it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll put X amount of dollars back in the savings account. I'll pay the bills. And once the bills are paid and the money's put back, it's like, you know what? Fuck it.
throwing it everywhere, for sure.
As an online gambler, I've had my fair shares of ups and downs. I really get a thrill, like, if you don't know, I play online casinos very much.
Which ones?
And I play on Stake and Dual Bits. Those are the two main sites I play on.
Dual Bits is good. I like Dual Bits.
Yeah. I play on Stake and Dual Bits, and I really get a thrill out of taking like $25 to $50 and turning it into like $1,000. Like that is what like I get the biggest thrill out of. But the problem is I've gotten to where I spend $25 to $50 a day trying to get to those points. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But my biggest casino win, so Kyla and I went on a cruise for her brother, and so her brother got married and his wedding was in New Orleans. I don't know if any of you have been in New Orleans, but I'm going to be honest, fuck New Orleans. New Orleans was the grossest place I've ever been in my life. Absolutely disgusting. But anyways, went to New Orleans. Her brother got married. There's so many stories I could tell about that. And then in New Orleans, we poured it onto a ship called the Carnival Morning. It was called Morning Glory, or no, it was called Carnival Glory, and I kept calling it Morning Glory because, in my opinion, Morning Glory is when you take a massive shit in the morning. So it was called the Carnival Glory. I kept calling it Morning Glory. Blah blah blah. We went on this cruise, right? One night on this cruise. So on the cruise, it was me, Kyla, our daughter, Amelia. That was all we had at the time. Amelia was like 2.5. Kyla's brother and his new wife. Kyla's grandparents were there, and Kyla's parents were there. One night we were promised where Kyla's parents would watch our daughter for the night, and we could do whatever we wanted on the ship. So almost every cruise ship has a casino on it. Kyla and I took $20 to the casino on the ship.
Yeah.
And we were like we were there with her brother and his wife, and we're like, oh, let's just like play some of the slots and just see what happens. And we thought we were on a penny slot. First off, if you don't know me, I have bad allergies and asthma. So if I'm around you and you're smoking cigarettes, I will die. I can't hang around people who smoke. The casino was full of people smoking cigarettes.
Yep.
So we went to the like backside of
or cigars. Yep.
Or cigars, yeah. We went to the like backside of the casino. So I think it was like the whole like fourth level of this boat was the casino. And it was like basically like you could smoke, you could do whatever, you could drink, you could do whatever on this floor. The whole like casino smelled like cigarettes. And I was like, Kyle, like I can't hang here, like I'm dying. And she was like, all right, let's go over here. So we found what we thought was a penny slot with our $20.
Boys, welcome to the younger version of Chase. And bearded nowadays.
Yo, what's up? But
yeah, I heard.
While that was going on, so Kyle and I went to the casino on the ship. We put $20. We started with $20 in. We thought we were doing like 10-cent spins. It was actually $10 spins. So on the second spin of our what we thought was 10-cent spins, it was actually $10 spins. On the second spin, we got the bonus on the slot machine that we were on. And the bonus ended up paying out like $3.5K. It actually paid for
wrong.
It actually paid for our entire cruise.
Fucking wrong,
Damn.
bro.
So that was my first time ever gambling. Ever. And
Nice.
I legit, like, me and Kyla, I tell you, we legit didn't know what we won until
Oh.
it came time to, like, so if you ever go on a cruise, what ends up happening is you pay like the upfront fee, which
Yep.
depends on whatever it is, right? And you get on the boat, and there's different things that you can pay for on the boat. Like, if you have the basic package, that basically means like the buffets are free to you,
You're
the
a basic
water and
bitch.
juice are free. Yeah, the water and juices are free. And like, don't get it twisted, right? Even though like you're getting water and juices for free and like some of the other food for free, you're still treated like royalty. Like, there are times where Kyle and I were on one of the decks chilling. Amelia was playing in the pool. We're just sitting there watching Amelia, and my literally like my cup of ice water would run empty. Somebody was like there to like praise me and give me another cup of ice water.
Believe
Like,
it or not, never been on a cruise, bro. Never
I,
been on
yeah,
a
I
cruise.
never been on one either.
10 out of
Jordan.
10, highly recommend a cruise. But
Jordan?
so what?
We need to go on a cruise.
Yeah. Drunken Idiots cruise,
any-
bro.
Drunken idiots on water.
And,
Water, bro.
bro,
I'm down for that.
dude,
Super down for that.
let's go. Drunken Idiots on a cruise.
So you're legit treated like royalty regardless of what status you have on this cruise ship. There's different packages per cruise that you can buy. Kyle and I were literally started on the lowest package. We were still treated like royalty. On like the third or fourth night on this, we were on a 7-day cruise. On the third or fourth night on this cruise, that's when we went to the casino. We won all this money, which we at first we didn't understand how much we won. And then when we looked at there's like an app. When you're on the boat, there's like a cruise ship app that you download. You
Uh-huh.
can look at your account.
Okay.
Our winnings from gambling went to the app.
Okay.
And so then when we realized how much we were up in this, that, and the other, we started upgrading things. Like, for instance, me and Kyler got the unlimited Wi-Fi while we were on the ship, which usually costs a shit ton. Well, since we won in the casino and we didn't know how much we won, it didn't cost us anything. And then at the dinner times, so when you're on a cruise, regardless of what package you get again, you get assigned a certain like dinner time, this, that, and the other.
Right.
The dinners are like 5-star dinners. You get an appetizer that's fancy as hell. You get a dinner that's fancy as hell, and then a dessert that's fancy as hell. Regardless of what you pick, right? Now, you can skip those, right? Because there's buffets on the cruises that are all day long. There's breakfast buffets, lunch buffets, and dinner buffets that are all day long. So you can technically skip those and do whatever the hell you want. But I personally recommend going to your reservations that are set ahead for you. But like, it was a blast, man. It was a blast, and it helped a ton that me and Kyla went to the casino with $20. Thought we were doing penny spins. We were doing $10 spins. We won a jackpot with that, and it paid $3,500, which ended up paying for our entire cruise and some. And dude, I could not recommend cruises more than ever.
Never been on.
Regardless of gambling.
I mean, I never been on a cruise, so like I don't know how it goes, but that's luck. I don't know if it's luck or like what, but shoo, $3K.
That's definitely luck.
Yeah.
But besides that, like, even if we didn't hit that and we didn't get lucky and our cruise was paid for by gambling, because, like I said, like, the grandparents agreed, one night on we were on a 7-day cruise. The grandparents agreed that one night on the 7 days that they would watch the kid for us. Like, we literally we watched a show, and then we went to the casino with $20. We were both like, let's just blow $20 at the casino and see what happens. We went to a penny slot and we accidentally did $10 spins. And that's what paid for our cruise, right? But before all of that, man, like it was a ton of fun. I mean, regardless, ton of fun. 10 out of 10. Recommend cruises, especially if you're somebody who wants to see the world. There's Alaskan cruises, there's Caribbean cruises, there's Mexico cruises in America. You just gotta
Been on
figure it out
ferry.
for yourself.
Right, yeah.
Been on ferry rides, but no fucking cruises.
Right. We have been live for about 2 hours and almost close to 3. I think that's a good wrapping point for this episode. This is Donnie, you have anything to add?
Yo,
Chase, you good?
100 likes, and we'll do a $100 giveaway.
Yes. 100 likes, $100 giveaway.
Shit, you
100
know
likes.
what?
No. Let's scratch it off. 100 likes. Me and was it Chance or Chase? I'm sorry.
Chase.
Chase. Me and Chase will wax our chest, and we'll do
I'm
a
in.
giveaway.
I'm
Let's go.
fucking in. 100%. I'm in. 100 likes. We'll wax our chests. And if you hit 200, me and Donnie will fucking chug a bottle of our favorite whiskey.
All right, let's go. I'm down for that. Don't forget this.
I'm in. 100, we wax our chest on live stream. 200, we chug the bottle of our favorite whiskey.
All right, that
Okay.
sounds like a plan. Don't forget, guys, this is Drunken Idiots. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you haven't already, turn on the notification bells. Love you guys. We had a great night. This is the Gentleman's
We had
Club.
a great night.
Peace.
This was fun. I hope you
This
guys
was
had
fun. Yeah, this was great. Y'all have a
This
good
was
one.
good.
You have a good
Boys,
one.
be good.
Yeah, you too.
How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like? Oh man, he take the whole service goats up in here.
Alright. Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like? Oh man, he take the whole service goats up in here.
Alright. Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like? Oh man, he take the whole service goats up in here.
Alright. Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like? Oh man, he take the whole service goats up in here.
Alright. Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like? Oh man, he take the whole service goats up in here.
Alright. Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
How dare you!
We are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like? Oh man, he take the whole service goats up in here.
Alright. Cheers. Have a great rest of your night.
This podcast brought to you by Shame and Regret.
How dare
we are all at a place where we could just pass out.
Is it Roblox? Is it like, oh man, and he take the whole service goats up in here.
Like,